Tari here from ABI Interiors, and it's an absolutely beautiful day here in Richmond, Melbourne. I'm about to take you through the latest project by Liefting Merlo Homes. This duplex build combines industrial elements with modern finishes to create what really is just the perfect inner city home. Let's check it out. Now the symmetry in this facade is just so eye-catching. Under this curve here we find the front door. So we've just stepped in that front door. There's a garage to my right, some storage. Now this grey concrete look render really sets the tone for the house, giving it a bit of an industrial feel along this whole adjoining wall. Powder room to my right. And we enter the dining, kitchen and living area. Now off to my right, there's a nice neat laundry tucked behind there. The ceiling height is just so phenomenal in here. And then it's accentuated further by this massive void, which we'll get to in a second. But first, I just want to touch on the finishes. That concrete look render that we saw in the adjoining wall, and then this bench top and the floor tiles, they're all really cool finishes, but then they're balanced out by these timber cabinetry and the brushed copper. As you step into the living, that ceiling just opens up into a double height void. And from here, I think you can really appreciate the industrial inspirations behind this home. This exposed brick wall is just so Melbourne. And then that loft with the black steel balustrade. You've got a fireplace with the nice detail in the curve here and in the TV cabinet. And through these sheer curtains is the outdoor terrace. Let's head upstairs. So as we make our way upstairs, the floor transitions into this dark timber, and I do want to point out some detail here. The timber is matched in the balustrade here, but it's even matched on the ceiling as you head up. So this is a 3-level house. And across level 1, we've got 2 bedrooms. Here's a study here, and I love the detail of this window, letting light pour in through the staircase. And in we step into bedroom 1. Super spacious. And there's that concrete look render coming in again, which ties in perfectly with these dark timber floors. You've got your own personal balcony, walk-in robe, and through this barn door is your ensuite. Super simple layout in here. The finish is dark and moody, and with that copper, just makes it look so luxe. So next up is the main bathroom. It's actually a pretty small floor plan in here, but it doesn't feel confined, and I think that comes down to a few key design elements. The first is having these large format tiles on the floors and walls. Second is having a bunch of light pouring in through that window. And then I think the third thing that contributes to the space feeling so spacious is just clever layout. You've got the toilet tucked behind the wall. You've got a nice curved glass screen so the space doesn't feel enclosed by the shower. Very clever design. So as we make our way down the hall, there's the second bedroom to my right. And finally, here is the media retreat or kids retreat. And this forms that loft that we saw down in the main living area. Let's head up to the master. Finally, we get to the top floor. Now, this floor is a little bit special, a little bit luxe. It's taken up entirely by the master suite and a lovely rooftop terrace. Now this master is just so spacious, that dark flooring again grounding the room in otherwise whitewashed space. We've got a walk-in robe, just so much storage, and then finally, the ensuite. We've got a massive double vanity, another freestanding bath, toilet tucked behind here, and the shower on the other side. Now I've been seeing this a lot in our houses that we go to, this trend of making the master ensuite the biggest and best bathroom of the house. And I reckon it's a trend that everyone should jump on board with, because why shouldn't you have the best bathroom for yourself? Now, just like the other bathrooms, the finishes are dark and moody, and they all bring this sort of raw look element, which just helps to tie back in with the rest of the home. And finally, we get to my favourite spot of the house, the rooftop terrace, complete with an outdoor kitchen. And I love this detail. They've cut a stone little protecting top on the sink for out here, which is very clever. And it just wouldn't be a standout Melbourne home if you didn't have a view of the city. And would you look at that? Thanks for coming on another house tour with ABI Interiors, guys. We'll see you next time.